Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of Wizardry 8. We're going to do a second stream tonight with our martial art party. Hey there Jixer, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Got a chair going, huh? Pulling up a chair. The old twofer, that's right. Earlier stream was short and I don't have anything important to do, so I'm gonna do another one. Keep my mind busy. Have fun with my friends. What do we got here? Okay, these are troopers. All troopers, alright. We'll fight these right here. Isn't that convenient for you guys?
Over in no time.
That's right, more convenient for me though. But thank you. Rocks. I'm not sure these will be able to reach us in time. No, they won't. Get them next round with the fire. We gotta retarget this, make sure we're getting everyone. Oh, one of them got into range. Okay, we'll go ahead and do it. See how many of these we can get. Can't quite get that one over there. That's okay. Hey, Sastam, welcome in. How are you doing? That was a lot of flames. Okay. Fire, air, earth, stealth, and fire. Not too shabby. Very far from level up. Trying to decide if I want to go back to the monastery. This wheel key. I mean, I don't need the treasure. It'd be more to just do it and to possibly face some higher level monsters, but I think I'll stick to the plan of just getting better. Where are we with our martial arts? Let's take a look. DC Bueller's got 97 with the bonus. 71, 64, 95, 88, 76. Pretty good. And then if we look at damage, 9 to 18, 5 to 13. Yeah, these are really good damages. Nice. Hey, Toothless Shark, welcome in. How are you doing? Thrones. Okay. The old slow drone fight.
A creature crept toward them. They were ready for battle.
Okay. Hey, Hamedic, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Yeah, it's really got to be late for you. Holy moly. What time is it? Like,
More beasts.
after midnight? Like maybe 1? 1:51. Wow. Yeah, that's super late. Hey, Zombo, welcome in. How are you doing? Double Wizzy Trilly. That's right. Just gonna keep streaming it.
I sense a creature.
Don't have anything important to do, and I'm keeping my mind busy. This will make some progress. You have to keep your streak going. I almost ruined it today for you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had something I had to do, so I wasn't planning on doing another stream today. So I did a short earlier one. Tim says you got to keep the streak going. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you mean this second one almost ruined it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully you don't have to watch very long, because I know you've got to be really tired. But I appreciate you stopping in. Paralyzed. Okay. Couple of it. Let's get that cured if we can. Oh, Hamadic is on a 115 stream watch streak. Wow. Saved it. Good. Hey, Jimmy. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Zombo says sleep is for children. Wizzy truly stream is for real Iron Man. Jimmy says if you're able to, just crash and call the night. Appreciate streams though. Thank you. $115, wow.
Fortune was with us.
Ooh, that was some good training. Oh, that's the wrong spell. I was doing heal wounds or cure paralysis. It's getting weird lag. It was as confused as I was why I was doing cure paralysis on a person that wasn't paralyzed. Jimmy says, I do have some bad news in that respect. When there was an OBS crash a few streams ago, apparently it KO'd your streak? Are you kidding me? So someone else will have to take up the 400 streak mantle. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a scam. Sorry to hear that, Jimmy. Yeah, you were so far up there. That's ridiculous. We can thank OBS, huh? Yeesh.
This will be over in no time.
Amatic says, yeah, 115 stream after the mishap, the short stream a few months ago. Okay, I was not aware of that. So, okay, so I guess what happens is you guys are watching the first part before it crashes, so you thought that counted. And then when I start another stream, if you don't watch that too, then it doesn't count. Man, that's really a scam. Especially since the title's the same. Like, I don't change the title. Zomble says, does that mean I'm in control of the board for now? Gosh, do I even have a way to even see that? Zomble's on a 370 stream watch group. Wow. Yeah, you very well could be. That's way up there. Toothless says, can't you keep your streak by watching the video on demands? They probably didn't realize that it like caused another stream or something. Jimmy says it also killed my 200 Herc Xena streak. So I think it was mostly Twitch's fault. I kind of expect that now. Yeah, I've heard that too, Jimmy. Hamek says, guess we're talking about the same moment here, Jimmy. Zomble says, Jimmy's a real Iron Man. He would never resort to video on demand. That's right. Oh, that sucks. Jimmy says usually Twitch warns you and lets you watch a clip or video on demand, but I never got a note. Oh, man. And Toothless says, yeah, normally you get a message that lets you know that you can use bots. Yeah, Jimmy sounds like he got message scammed. Keep the stream open even when D4J isn't streaming. If I know you'll stream, but won't be home. It's always counted the stream for me. Live by open tab, die by the open tab. Yeah, that's cool that that can work most of the time. Yeah, there should be a way for the creator, the streamer, to be able to override that. You know, if they know someone was there. But it should do the title too. It should match that. And if nothing changed and you start a new stream, you know, a few minutes after the first one, it should be smarter. Oh, well, that's Twitch, right? Positive is that you guys are all here right now.
Worthy opponents.
Let's see if they're going to reach us. Yep, they did. Okay.
Look, something's moving.
Oh, they're retreating. Okay, we'll have to do that again. Oh, they're behind us. They went all the way around the building. They move so fast. Bo got paralyzed. DC Bueller got knocked out.
My inner balance has returned. So he recovered. On guard. We win naturally. Alonso! I've sighted a
Oh, that's a
creature.
lot. Let's maybe hit them with noxious fumes. One hit point. It's hard to beat the banter in this game.
Our will has prevailed.
Okay, there should be maybe 3.
Have no fear for the enemy.
DC gets caught mid-sentence again, gets hit with a bolt. That kind of happens to DC Bueller on his stream a lot too, because he has all the little, I don't know what you call them, the animated things that play music and flashes stuff up. There's this DC Bueller's Nightmare that I think it costs 1 point or whatever, and people always do that. It flashes real fast. So he'll be in the middle of talking, and all of a sudden it goes roof roof and flashes, and he gets interrupted. Hey Lord Nile, welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
I see something moving.
Okay, let's see if we can rush these. How does your cybersecurity class go the other day? No, that was like a week or 2 ago. Got some training. Not bad. Tired after a restless night. Ah, I gotcha. Well, I had a very bad night too, so I know what that feels like. Hopefully yours will be not so restless now. That is not a drone because I can see it. Not sure what this is.
I sense a living
Oh,
being.
it is a drone. There's a bunch of them. I guess I was seeing that rock.
Let's do it.
This is that bad positioning again. Had a 2-week break, but back to class next week. Cool. How many, like, is it a semester or is it just a few sessions?
Spotted a wild one.
Okay, they're pretty close. So let's hit them with noxious fumes.
Volapoo.
Oh, it's a 28-week course for diploma. Gotcha. So it's pretty intense then. I remember you saying diploma now, but I didn't think it would be that long. And you used to be in traditional law enforcement, right? I thought you had mentioned that.
This is bad.
Records management, desk job, civil servant. Yeah, I remember that too. I guess I misunderstood.
Fortune
Imagine
was
that.
with us.
Cambianzo.
I'm always misunderstanding things in chat.
Cambianzo. Bialo- They had no fear, for the enemy was weak.
I think we could probably do 3. That was a bit of a scam. He shot,
Spotted a wild one.
he turned, while he was turning, he shot. Like, it wasn't even aimed at us, and yet the bolt still came toward us. That was weird. Okay, one more.
Saketi, run. Saketi, run.
Okay. $200,000 experience we need for the monks. Good news is we should get 4th level spells like Ego Whip, Soul Shield. In fact, let me make sure I have enough. Yeah, let's do a little power training on our psionics. So Duncan doesn't need it. He's got 51. Do it on the others. Still law enforcement due to government's department you worked in? Ah, gotcha. Hey. Yeah, 38 psionics is definitely not good enough. At least we'll be generating some enemies while we're doing this. Be good to have high mental magic for Ego Whip and later Sonic Blast. Okay, let's do one more batch of this and then we'll go fight. Should be something generated by now. Yeah, I see it in the mini map down here. Sound back on for the fights. It's not drones. It's troopers. Good. Got some lag going though. Wow. Okay, you know what? Let's go over here. Before this fight, let's do this. That usually resolves lag.
The creature crept toward them. They were
Oh
ready
wow,
for
16. Huh. That's a lot of troopers. We'll move right here so we can escape if we need to. Otherwise, we'll take on 2 or 3 at a time.
And over my head.
Okay. Ooh.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, our damage is really good right now. She's gonna keep going up too.
No longer trouble us.
Biscuits.
Eventually we'll get 3 attacks over 3 swings. That'll be really crazy. Two left.
We did it!
Stealth and critical strike. No martial arts. Oh, he's out. Oh, I didn't do Bueller. We already got some enemies again. Let's see what we got out here. Drones. Imagine that. Zomble's got 40 psionics. Do one more and then we'll do the fight. Alright, excellent.
The creature crept toward them.
Dominus still standing there alone in the bar. Oh, that's not that bad. I was like, where's Helly at? She's been gone a long time.
Our will has prevailed.
Noxious fumes.
Clee-poo. This will be over in no time. The odds are turning against me here.
They're trying to go through the wall. They're getting confused.
Volapoo.
Yeah, the game may end up crashing. We got one of these weird situations where this thing's not in combat. We try not to kill it. Okay, they're pulled in now. Close combat, that's it, huh? That's low.
Saketi run. Sulambalalasu. Saketi run. Saketi run.
Hey Igloo, welcome in. How are you doing? Ahoy again. Let's try to get these monks leveled up. Level 12. I think we can start getting berserkers at level 12, which will help us tremendously to level up faster. It's not definitely not guarantee you're going to get them, but I think it's possible. You should have gotten a degree that has more women. Computer science, there's like one. Yeah. Definitely depends on where you work, though. A lot of government jobs, at least around here, or larger businesses have a lot of women developers, in my experience. Okay, those aren't drones. Troopers, okay. Group of 8. Way better.
I foresee an easy victory.
Number 2 green. That's nice. So far, we're getting all of them. Yep. Maybe one of these.
Energy is gone.
Okay.
Volap poop. Volap poop.
19 divine magic. Zombo says in America, first comes the computer science, then comes the money, then comes the women. Ego says, I don't really have a cool hobby. I would kind of need one. Like bowling, just to name one. Zombo says, have you tried martial arts? And Hamak says, what about turning melted igloos back into igloos again? That would be a hobby. What is everybody's like favorite hobbies, by the way? Assuming games is one, or watching games. Seeing water freeze up can be very relaxing, Ham says. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty neat. Igloo says, I need one where you don't run a lot, like bowling, pool, or poker. Lord Niles says, medieval reenactment. Ah, that's one of your hobbies?
I sense movement.
Let's attack. Now is the time.
Holy moly, that's a lot of enemies. Tom Addict says, watching poker? Yeah. Doodle says, kind of obvious gaming, yeah. Pretty dumb question I asked there. Although there's a lot of people that don't really play, they just watch others play. Hamadic says, I do like Daniel Negreanu play style. I don't know what that is, Ham. Can you educate me? Lord Niles says, that's how I know you can swim in armor. It's hard but doable. Like what kind of armor? Like chainmail or like more like plate? Oh, he's a famous poker player. Okay, thanks. Is there any poker player, Ham, that's like way above everyone else with number of wins? Must be, but I do like Daniel. I do not know if he's still a very active player. Oh, okay. He did watch a lot of poker stars back in the 2000s.
He was victorious.
Okay, we got a whole bunch of these.
Crept toward them. The rises.
16.
The creature crept toward them.
Lord Niles says with the armor, swimming in armor, it's the weight distribution and your strength. So in the reenactment stuff, do you use pretty heavy armor?
Spotted a wild one.
beasts. These are hardly beasts.
I see a creature, friends.
Lord Niles says I've made and worn full plate armor. Oh wow. That's got to be a very huge endeavor. How long did it take to make that?
He was victorious.
Sulla malla lassù. Sacchetti, run.
These drones are still out here. Don't know where they went. Munitions grade armor, so about 3 months part-time or 2 weeks straight full-time. Wow. That's a crazy amount of time. Like, it seems fast, but when you think about the number of hours to put in to make that happen, that's a lot of hours. Alright, let's see if we can sneak attack.
Vola poo.
This lot is no match for me.
Lord Niles says it weighed about 40 to 60 kilograms. It was made of stainless steel. Holy moly. Yeah, that's heavy. Lego says if you're wearing armor all the time, they probably got used to it. This has been strong dudes that wore full armor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about history. I'm sure Lord Now could tell you. It's heavier than historical armor. Yeah, with being stainless. Sure. Hey Antler, welcome in. How are you doing? 3 stream watch streak. Nice. It's got it kicked off. Okay, a little more training here. Preparing for our level up. Hey, Mr. Spock, welcome in. How are you doing? Yay for second stream. Boo for bad times. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to keep my mind preoccupied. I'm super tired, but Better to do that than to not. Oh, you got sauce last night, Antler? Double Trilly. Yep, that's right. The earlier stream was shorter. You guys kind of got scammed on that. Lord Nile says historical armor was usually 1 millimeter thick. That's why fluting or ridges were hammered into the metal. It made it much stronger. That's cool. Feel like your liver's been on a timeshare. Antlers, that's funny. Drones. Ugh. Well, it's giving us experience, right? That's, I've always got to look on the positive side. 1.4, 140,000 experience about we need. Okay, let's see here. But yeah, this next level up for the monks will be a huge deal. Get an ego whip.
They were ready for battle.
Hang on, guys. You know, I gotta check on something. I forgot I was doing something. It'll take me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Drones, where are you? Thank you, Hamatic. Mr. Spock says it's crazy to think most of that wouldn't stop much today. He's talking about the full plate armor. And Lord Nile says, angled just right, most weapons will slide right off. Generally ones like crushing or armor piercing don't glance or slide off. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why damage done to some types of armor is more effective. Yeah. Like a military pick, isn't that a good one? Or is that not true? Certain types of heavy hammers, maybe, that have like beaks and stuff. Oh, 4 humanoids. Those are going to be Savant henchmen. I don't know what level they are. Igloo says heavy armor actually probably makes the injury worse. What if they use a flamethrower? Well, I think you'd still prefer to have heavy armor on against flames versus the flames touching your skin. I don't think that would work out too well. Lord Nile says, yeah, military picks, hammers, and maces.
I think I'm in over my head.
Fortune was with us.
Yeah, let's see what these henchmen are. Okay, level 9. Yeah, we can deal with that.
No fear, for the enemy was weak. It seemed the battle would never end.
Lord Nile says, armor heat burn is definitely an issue. Try wearing chainmail after leaving it out on the sun. You can get burns from it. Oh, man. That sounds bad. It's like the Dungeon Dragons heat metal spell. Level 2 druid. I'm gonna bring these guys back here.
So he recovered.
They're all over me.
Says usually isn't an issue due to gambeson and such, but thinner materials, ouch. That's the cloth or leather that's under the metal.
against me here.
It says thick padded cloth and leather, yeah. That sounds like a fun hobby. We got on that subject asking about people's hobbies. And Lord Niles said that was his medieval reenactments.
I sense movement.
Wee poo.
Well, ran out of spell points, so we'll just surprise attack. Then he got paralyzed. He didn't use his house of loaded dice. Or actually, maybe the drone did use the dice. That makes more sense. Used his own dice against him.
Oh, much better.
Now, how close are we? 115,000 roughly. Lord Niles says, how much do you think a full suit of chainmail would cost in equivalent money today, adjusted for inflation? Oh gosh. Let me try to do a quick calculation. And I'll have to use US dollars because I know you're from Australia. I won't know the cost compared to the dollar. So I'll say trying to calculate. I'm gonna say $5,000. Think of house size. Oh wow, really? That's crazy.
They were ready for battle.
Yeah, I was trying to guess maybe it'd be like 100 hours of work at $50 an hour. I don't know what blacksmiths got paid back then, but I'm just trying to think of today, you know, what it might cost. I was way off if it's house sizes. Not crazy when you think they had to mine the ore. Oh yeah, that's true. Through the final production. Yeah, all the mining. I didn't think about that. Sastam says, back then, most of Knight's net worth was tied up in the equipment and his horse. Wow. It's crazy. Makes sense, though. That was some good training.
I see something
Oh,
moving.
there's 3. Okay.
Clee-poo.
Actually 4. Zombo says, I guess that's where the term landlord came from. A knight that had more than a horse and armor. Medieval equivalent of a billionaire. Yeah.
Fortune was with us.
Slowly but surely. Where did they go? There they are.
Something stirs. A simple attack.
What Niall says, okay, a person worked this out back in the 1980s. It's equivalent to the price of a high-end 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Wow. That's insane. I mean, I guess you're trying to get your life protected, so... That's insane. Mr. Spock says, if you had a Savant drone, what would you do with it? Mine would probably be trained to give me pizza. That's a good plan.
And so he
Right. Much better.
Maybe it could help you with gardening. Like picking up rocks and moving them places and stuff. Cleaning. No wonder plate armor was generally for nobles, Lord Niall says. Yeah, that's insane. Well, I know in Dungeons and Dragons first edition, having a suit of field plate, which is not full plate, costs 1,000 gold pieces. Just to compare, I think a longsword was like 10, 15 gold, somewhere in there. So it costs way more than a longsword. And 1,000 gold pieces is a ton. If you think of gold being worth, let's just say 4,000 today, it'd be 400,000, right? And that's for field plate. Full plate, I think, is even more than that. I think it might be two or 3,000. That's what Gary Gygax decided. I don't know if he's right, but Igloo says, I need a vacuum cleaner robot, but we already have those. Yeah. All I could afford is paper plate armor, Mr. Spock. Yeah.
Careful, sugar. This could blow at any time.
Lord Niall says he was close. Yeah, he did so much research. Doesn't surprise me. Igloo says, make sure character has high dexterity. You mean strength? You gotta have high strength to be hauling that load. Very high strength. Mr. Spock says, all our talk of weapons and armor in here makes me want to go get a book on the subject, honestly. Yeah. You know, Gygax does quote a few books in Unearthed Arcana. I don't know if you'd want to look at those, Mr. Spock. But it shows the resources he used. Lord Niles says, hey, the Japanese perfected lacquer for wood and cloth that basically did the same. Igloo says, I do miss the early editions where wizards had almost no hit points. Yeah, because they're so powerful. Glass cannons. Okay. Yeah, he has citations in there saying where he got some of his information from, which is cool. I have no idea if you could find those books. Lord Niles says, techniques for medieval arms and armor, basically top tier manual. Armor by Dixie Cup brand.
They had no fear, for the enemy was weak.
Yeah, I know, like, Kurt Boiley, you know, leather that's been boiled in hot oil is supposed to be so much harder. What reminded me of that was the statement Lord made about how the Japanese used lacquer on kind of wooden armor, you know. Similar concept, I guess. Igloo says I still play the Sega D&D game. Warriors of Eternal Sun. Oh, is that a beat 'em up? I played through a few of the arcade ones on stream. Lord now says can't buy it new. Costs me 600 odd for a decent second copy. Oh, the manual. Okay. Mr. Spock says actually Oriental Adventures may contain some citations for that armor as well. Yeah. Lord says boiled leather is good, gotta keep oiled as it'll crack over time. Igloo says it's a full D&D game where you get 4 party members and level up and some of the cool items like gauntlets, ogre strength. Oh, okay. Cool. The Sega game. Getting close, less than 100,000. You know what, I'm just gonna rest down here. I can finish off magic later. Mr. Spock says, sounds like a good candidate for conversion to unlimited adventures. Oh yeah, the game that Igloo's talking about. Clerics are kind of overpowered though in this game. Is that because of like hold person spell? They have spells and good hit point and word plate. So did their Thaco get changed? Because normally the Thaco in Clerics is not the best, at least in first edition. Mr. Spock says, when games screw up like that, they usually take a whole party of overpowered characters. You like to exploit it, huh?
No problem. We can beat them easily.
That's funny because I usually do the opposite. When something's overpowered, I try not to use it. Clerics have no armor restrictions first edition, right? Correct. Yeah, they can't even wear full plate. Druids, which are a subclass of clerics, are definitely limited. They can only wear padded or leather. And they can only use wooden shields. The regular cleric can use any kind of shield, any kind of armor. Mr. Spock says, just because you are what we call a good player, lol. No, I just spent a lot of time. Oh, wow. They're still here. Come on, guys. Yes, druids can't use metal. That's correct. Mr. Spock is ironic because they revere nature, so you think they prefer metal. They want to use things that grow. You know? Metal was never organic. They want to use organic stuff. Although padded, I guess, yeah, it was still organic because it'd be wool. And leather, of course, was skin, so that's organic. And then woods are organic. Trying to think of what else. Yeah, it's pretty much organic. Yeah, I know people think of it like as nature, and you're absolutely right. Metal is natural, but I think it's more about organic in first edition. It has to grow from something, whether trees or a cow or wool on a sheep, whatever. They become part land, yeah. More troopers. No, organic, what I mean by that is it has carbon in it that's like that grows. It has cells that copies or that is dead, like hair, you know, wool. It's dead protein. Carbon based, basically. I don't mean like it comes from the soil.
No problem. We can beat them easily.
Yeah, and like you know, clerics can't use morning stars because they're spiked. But they can use maces because maces are, at least the AD&D mace is flanged, which would still draw blood. So I don't. There's a lot of things that would still draw blood that are blunt. If you hit just right with something blunt, you can still cause skin to break. So that's kind of weird. Just like like a spear can cut too if you hit just right with it. You know, if you don't puncture directly, you can kind of slash depending on the type of spear. So there's some nuance there that, but that's what makes it fun, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. This box says druids making bone weapons and armor made out of me because I'm carbon based. Yeah, that should be allowed. Yeah. In fact, I'd never researched that, but I think druids could do it. It would make sense. One can spend hours debating these things, Lord says. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and at some point you just got to draw the line and say, logic only takes you so far.
I sense a living being.
Then you just gotta have fun.
They were ready for battle.
Actually, now that I think about it, okay, there's more to it than what I said. For armor, what I said's correct, but they can use scimitars and spears. Druids. So that makes no sense. I'm talking first edition AD&D. They can use scimitars and spears. I mean, technically you could have a piece of stone on a spear, but that's still not organic. It would be natural, but a stone scimitar wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, I don't know. There's a little bit of inconsistency there. Maybe there's more to it that I'm unaware of. This box says that I'm fine with such ruins as long as the person running the game stays consistent. And you have done that to a letter. Thank you, and yeah, I agree. Consistency is pretty important. Maybe it depends on the level of carbon. Yeah, I don't know, because you could do a long sword, you know, that has just as much carbon, if not more, than a scimitar. So, I don't know. I'll have to research that. Spears can be blunt wood. Quarterstaff can effectively be a spear. True, but it doesn't explain the scimitar. Yeah, I'll have to look that up because now I'm really curious. You can use daggers, which could be fine. You could have bone daggers or stone daggers. A bone scimitar would not work.
Right. Much better.
Mr. Spock says obsidian. Again, that's volcanic rock. Usually long obsidian is fragile.
Our will
Yeah.
has prevailed.
That's true. I need to look up and see if they can use stone stuff too.
Negative energy is gone.
I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that. I know they can't use metal shields. They can only use wooden shields. So I'm just really confused about the whole scimitar thing. Maybe for defense, it has to be organic. But for offense, they're allowed to get away with some metal. I'll have to try to see what the reasoning is behind that. So many.
The battle would never end.
Oh, yeah. That does make sense, Lord Nile. Okay. So he said that in the original game, the scimitar was to represent the sickle. But since sickles weren't in the original Player's Handbook, creators substitute scimitars. That makes sense. Because they're one of their reagents for spell materials is sickles. They have to use a sickle, like a gold sickle. In the summertime, there's very specific things to cut the, what's it called? The type of vegetation. I'm so tired I can't think of what it is, but basically they have to use a gold sickle and maybe a silver sickle to get some vegetation they use as a reagent. It's very specific. So that would make sense. So in that case, it's used as like a harvesting type thing, and that's why they're allowed to use it as a weapon. Yeah, I buy that.
Something stirs.
This is bad.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. AI actually got something right conceptually. Yeah, I know for sure they use the sickles, because I thought the same thing when I was implementing the druid. I'm like, okay, it talks about these sickles, but then I didn't see it as a weapon. I'm like, so you buy the sickles to cut this vegetation, but then you can't even use the sickle as a weapon? I thought that was kind of weird. But it's very explicit. It doesn't say like gold scimitar or anything. It says gold sickle.
The creature grabbed to
This will be over in no time.
Mrs. Fox says, and you can make the argument that scimitars are good clearing implements as well, much like machetes. Yeah, makes sense. Plausible. We'll just say, we'll use the Mythbusters plausible quote. Not proven, but plausible. Igloo says, I think it's cool they limited clerics to blunt weapons because the Bible says you can't spill blood. Yeah, it is a little bit strange, like I said, consistency-wise. Like, you shot someone with a staff sling. Depends on what rock type you're using, and that can still cause bleeding, depending on how you hit them. They're allowed to use that. But I guess you could say overall it's more of a blunt effect. The funny thing is they can't use regular slings, but they can use staff slings to sling the stones. That's a bit strange. Lord Nile says blunt weapons cause crushing, which in turn causes eventual bleeding. Yeah. Igloo says I like maces. It's kind of my favorite weapon in D&D. Mr. Spock says, if you don't see the blood, it doesn't exist. I guess maybe the term is spill blood, right? You're not really spilling the blood on the ground. You're just spilling it into the cavity of whatever it is you hit as the contusion. It's internal bleeding or broken bones. I guess you could break a bone without causing much bleeding depending on the situation. Lord Nile says, I love maces in real combat. Opens up opponents like can openers. Yeah. Do you use the flanged type maces, Lord Nile? Or are they more spiky? Yeah. I'm just guessing. Spilling. Spilling of blood.
No problem. We can beat them easily.
Proven. Restrictions kind of made the game fun. Like if you were a paladin, you had to be lawful good. They got rid of most of that. Yeah, that's why I love first edition. It's got so much nuance. It makes many things unique instead of watered down. Lord Nile says, doesn't matter the type, it matters on the mace head mass. And you use it as a fulcrum to move around your opponent. Gotcha. Mr. Spock says, no shedding of blood. Yeah, there you go. Okay. No cleric may decree or pronounce a sentence involving the shedding of blood. Carry out a punishment involving the same. or be present when such punishment is carried out. If anyone, oh, that's interesting. They can't even be present. Oh, but it's a punishment. Okay. Punishment's different than just killing something. If anyone, however, under the cover of this statute dares to inflict injury on churches or ecclesiastical persons, let him be restrained by ecclesiastical censor. You found the whole nerdy quote. Yeah, that's cool. I would imagine too, Lord Nile, you'll have to tell us if this is a bad assumption, but I would assume the shape of the mace head would also impact glancing blows depending on the type of armor, wouldn't it? Like less likely for it to glance with certain designs. I'm thinking about plate, full plate. You don't get a really good direct hit. I would think the mace head shape could potentially impact that.
They had no fear, for the enemy was weak.
Ah, it's casting light. Wrong spell. This box says, from the player's handbook on druids regarding metals, metallic armor spoils their magic powers. That makes sense. Magic users have the same issue where they can't wear any armor. Unless you're multi-classed. Like multi-race multi-class. Skilled fighter could use momentum as well as mass to minimize glancing or bouncing blows. Yeah, what about an unskilled fighter though? Are there any mace designs that would help an unskilled be better? Hey Sever, welcome in. How are you? 28 or 29, yeah. I'm fading pretty fast, guys. Might have to quit here in a few minutes. Thanks for giving Sever a shout out. That's his second one today because he showed up twice.
I see something moving.
Lord Nile says, with hammers, blunt face maces, you just got to practice. Thank you, Mr. Spock. Appreciate it.
This slot is no match for me.
Okay, we got them all. Way faster to kill those with spells. Eventually we'll be able to do that to the orbs too, once we get our sonic fire up high enough. Lord Niall says, ask me how I know. About the hammer blunt paste maces? I didn't know. Because you practiced over and over? Yeah, that's one of his hobbies, Mr. Spock. I was asking earlier what people's hobbies were, and he said he does medieval reenactment. Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Sever pipe. That's right.
I sense a living being.
Severb, aka Mr. Generous.
They were ready for battle.
I think I'm in over my head.
Lord Niall says about momentum and mass. I learned it from Society of Creative Anarchism Combat. Fighting the Stick Man. Oh, really? Maybe 2 inches below the surface of the skin. That makes sense. It's the same with a lot of martial art strikes. You know, they teach you to punch, aim a little bit further in. Three left. I think I'm gonna pull these toward me.
Our will has prevailed.
Oh. We got more going. Severb is our Baldur's Gate 3 expert. He's played a lot of games. With practice, you can adjust
Fortune was with
for
us.
metal weapons with open handle grip and not flicking or rolling the wrist. I think I'm trapping. It's quite a few. Let's draw them.
Clee-poo.
No fear, for the enemy was weak.
Nicholas says, I kind of prefer open world games. Bethesda's making new Elder Scrolls. Oh, wow. I thought Bethesda was bought out. Am I confused? They're remastering Fallout 3. Remaster of it? Really? You can effectively remove power from the hit. There you go.
I sense a living being.
Zombo fears that the Bethesda new Elder Scrolls is going to be terrible. Says, but I'll play the heck out of it anyway. Who am I kidding? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they're owned by Microsoft. That's what I was thinking. I thought they got bought out. Actually, Microsoft also bought is that it? Exile Entertainment, which is ow. Sorry guys, my brain's tired. Can't think clearly. Brian Fargo, he used to own Interplay. He did Exile Entertainment and sold it to Microsoft. I feel like that was right around the time Bard's Tale remaster was done. Microsoft will not just ruin it like it destroyed ID Software. I didn't know they bought ID Software. That was a lot of rolling she just did. Obsidian, that's another one Lord Now says. Miss Spec says, and Bungie, that had Halo right, but that was early. Oh, the ID Software. A John Carmack quote is, I think Microsoft will be a good steward of ID intellectual property. He recently apologized publicly for saying that, Zomble says. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, if you're getting your money out of it, you know, you can't really complain about what happens to your games. Thanks for the 100 bits, Severb. I really appreciate it. Getting good queepoos. And roll that poos here, not just one or the other. He's talking like Arcus. For those you don't know,
I sense a creature.
can't imagine you wouldn't know who Arcus is, but he's a speedrunner. Cowboy speedrunner. He's very entertaining. Oh, that made me laugh. Thanks, Sever. Thanks for the 100 bits. Douglas says, I do like
No fear.
the interplay
for
people
the
stuck
enemy
together and
was
still
weak.
making games. Yeah. Yeah, there's some great developers. Wasteland, one of my favorites. They also did, gosh, I'm not gonna be able to think of the name of it, guys. My brain's too shot. It took place in Florida, and it was similar to Wasteland. I actually have a review of it. Can't remember what it's called. People are just retiring. That's what it is, almost says. Mistbox says Microsoft buys Fallout New Vegas House Obsidian and Wasteland 2 developer in Exile in 2018. Yeah, there you go. Right around Bard's Tale remaster time. Lots of old musicians selling rights to their catalogs too, Zombo says. Oh, these are guards. This won't be much experience. 3,700. Yeah, I always liked Brian Fargo as a game developer CEO. He was a really good one. Samuel says, D40, you should get some rest so you're fresh for the midnight third Wizardry stream of the day. Yeah, that's not happening. But that was really funny. Thank you. I would wreck a bunch of, what do you call it? Stream watch streaks. So would you call it a trilly? Wizardry trilly? 3? Triple trilly? Okay, these are gunners. That's good because they're gonna be a pain in the butt to fight, but they'll give us more experience. Trilly squared? Trilly squilly? No third stream, please. I'll wreck my stream. Yeah, I'll be crashed, Tom. There's no way I could do that. But it was very funny. Miss Speck says, Wizzy, tree for tree. Okay, Hamatic, well, have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be stopping very soon. We have to rebuild Jimmy's streak ASAP. Oh gosh, yeah, he was over 400. Oh, with his dramatic pain. Aga! He literally says, Aga! Which, you know, a lot of times when you're reading text, someone gets hit, it's UGH. And I always thought that was like, ugh. Well, maybe it is the way he pronounced it. Let's see. 4,000. Mr. Spock says on his third stream, it'll be like that insane Tom Hanks movie, Mazes and Monsters, when he thinks he's really in the game. Oh man, you know what? I'm trying to remember if I've even seen that movie. I don't think I have. I think I heard about it a long time ago. And I don't think I ever watched it. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, did you watch The Wizards? Well, Wizards. It's not called The Wizards. Mr. Spock, that cartoon. You'll link it to Discord. Thanks. Wacky. You watched half of it, but yeah, finish it. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a pretty cool cartoon. It's very weird. 1977. Oh, it's that old. I was thinking it was 80s, like early 80s. That's the year I was born. Wow. That's nuts. Another cartoon I always liked was Fire and Ice. I think that's kind of an older one too. You guys ever see that one? That's good too. Yeah, that one has a lot better artwork. Fire and Ice. Wizards is just kind of strange. They like put in, kind of reminded me of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where they put in some weird real pictures at times. I still don't think this will be enough experience.
They had no fear, for the enemy was weak.
Oh, 1983 for Fire and Ice. Okay, cool. It's not too far off. They did the same thing with the Lords of the Rings cartoon, mixing it with real footage. Wow, I don't think I knew that. Maybe I never watched it. I might be thinking of The Hobbit. Oh, we need about 1,000 experience. Okay. Get that quickly here. There we go. We already got something. So troopers probably.
They had no fear, for the enemy was weak.
Always got a sneaking one over there, don't we?
Our hero.
I owe it all to good fortune and positive energy.
Experience is its own reward.
Ah, my talents have been rewarded.
Okay, moment of truth. Do we get 4th level spells? There it is. So I saved both spells, so we can get Ego Whip. And then I want Soul Shield on maybe 2. I could get haste on somebody. See if I need to train anybody. Let's give you haste. Oh, she has 3. Okay. I'll go ahead and get her eye for an eye. So that could also be useful. And she's really up there with the combat skills. Okay, and he gets 2. Eagle Whip. Soul Shield. We'll get Armor Melt on the one that is Chameleon. Makes the most sense. This one. It was a very interesting session tonight. With the chats, you mean? Yeah, for sure. All right, that was a big level up. That'll be a lot more fun. Her damage output will be much higher with Eagle Whip. Lots of discussion about hobbies, yeah. Yeah, it was very fun. Thank you all. All right, everyone. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.